You're listening to the Feel Good Astrology podcast with Louisa Munson. To request your personal reading, go to feelgoodastrology.com.
This is an update. It's an amalgamated update. I've recorded it in pieces around working with my children and doing stuff with my husband. You can see this picture of the beach behind me. This is where we went today, by the way. I live in Portugal. And the reason I've got this up is because this is the ocean behind us, and the ocean is very much Pisces energy. And so what inspired me to record these healing messages for you was, Saturn's moving into the sign of Pisces, Pluto is moving into the sign of Aquarius, and we've got Jupiter and Chiron together in the sign of Aries. And all three of them together are creating this upswell of emotion, this upswell of something to heal first, which is the Jupiter and Chiron. For us to express stability in some way from understanding how to work with Saturn, and then how we transform on a much bigger level over a period of months. So for Scorpio types, and this is the one that applies to me, I think, the Saturn in Pisces is going through your fifth house, which is all about what you're birthing. So, if you're looking to birth right now, like if you're wanting to have a family, then it's really asking you to plan it as much as possible, and to plan it with optimism and plan it with joy, because where you're not, Saturn's going to come and bring in a few barriers. It is important to get your health and your birthing right, and to get your birthing intentions right. Get everything really clean and crisp. Know what you're birthing. The thing with the fifth house is it's hard to find things that are truthful expressions. The fifth house is so creative, and it creates for all possibilities, not just what's good. It creates all sorts of possibilities and issues. And so where we're not actively birthing in the direction that we want, and that's not just about children, but it's also about our relationships with our children, our relationships with our sexual partners, because the fifth house is also quite sexual and sensual, and also our relationships to our hobbies. If we're not clean and clear about it, there's a kind of lack of honesty that comes out of it, or there is we kind of fall flat somehow. Now, what Saturn is reminding us here is that we need more structure just to support it. Maybe our dreams aren't completely well-founded. So I would really say with Saturn in the fifth, or, if you've got a Scorpio ascendant or a Scorpio sun, then really get clear on what you're trying to achieve, and make sure you're trying to achieve it for the right reasons. Because if you're not, expect delays, basically. Okay, so Scorpio. I've been talking obviously about Saturn going into the sign of Pisces, and that is really changing the way you're wanting to create things. So it's very much formalizing and giving you the opportunity to build on what you're already good at, and build on what you're very passionate about. Now, there is also the Jupiter and Chiron conjunction that's going on in March. And I really see that as being the tipping point, or the turning point on our energy, the shift that we're all going through right now. And the healing energy that's coming in is really to get you fit and well in yourself. It's like your life isn't very much in balance at the moment. You're probably doing too much and not relaxing enough. You're giving too much, you're not receiving enough. You're eating the stuff that pacifies you, or keeps you feeling like you can carry on with your rat race life. The most important thing to focus on right now is actually all of these things that you're doing are to cope with what's not quite working. So the biggest healing for you at the moment is to recognize that life has got out of balance. And as you do that and just accept and look at what you're hiding from, ask yourself, what am I hiding from right now? Rather than allowing So, if you're allowing things to feel like you can't get off the treadmill, it's too busy, you'll have these things running in your brain. I can't, must keep working, must keep working, must keep working, must keep working. But of course, if you're in that trap of feeling like that, then you're not going to be in a resourceful state to even find solutions or find ways to slow down. So if there's anything that you do right now, I would absolutely, if I was in your shoes, and I actually am because I've got Scorpio rising, I'd really recommend that you just step out of your world for a moment. I'm not saying, end it or anything, but like step off the treadmill for a sec, take some time out. Seriously, just take some time out and I mean, if you could do it like for half an hour a day, that would be great. But I'm sure you're too busy to be able to do that. So just take a day out and see if your life collapses. It won't. I really don't think it will, because it's important that you clear this up, this thing that needs to be healed. Because if you can clear it up, then your opportunities to really transform your creativity and to really build on your existing passions and to make them really strong and really resilient, and even to build a career around your passions, that gets so much stronger when you start to give yourself that time. And Pluto is moving into Aquarius, which is ruling and governing your 4th house, which is your home. And Pluto in the 4th house is not that easy necessarily. It's giving you the opportunity to look at your structure, and where you don't look at your structure, it pretty much collapses it for you. So not trying to scare you too much, more prepare you to be resilient. So it's really important that you get your structure right now. And this healing event with Jupiter and Chiron in March and April, like starting in February, which we're in now, March and April of 2023, is giving you the knowledge. It's giving you the little warning signs. It's giving you that feeling of where you feel you can't cope right now. That's where you need to get your structure right, because if you don't, you're going to be most likely tripping over yourself for a really long time. Get it right now while the energy is just right for it, and then you'll be able to build a super structure at home, a really transformational way of living, and a really secure way of expressing your passions. And I can't think of anything more rewarding than that, to be fair. So there you have it. That was my combined message for you at this time. Like I said, Chiron and Jupiter are giving us the inspiration for healing that's showing up in our lives right now. Saturn's coming in to help us formalize things. And in the areas where we're not happy to formalize them, it's tripping us up a little bit and showing us where we're restricted. So if you are feeling restricted, it's because there's a Saturn thing. You're being asked to take more responsibility on somewhere. And then Pluto is moving into a space to transform us beyond anything that we can even imagine. So, we are talking about deep psyche work going on at the moment. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. If there's anything I can do to help, just drop me a line. You can reach me at feelgoodastrology.com. And I will be very happy to help guide you through this process, either on a one-on-one basis, or even in a membership. There's all different ways I can help you, but just stay in contact. And if you found this useful and you think other people find it useful, then please do feel free to share. I really, really appreciate that. Anyway, lots and lots of love to you. Thank you so much for connecting, and hopefully I'll be connected again real soon with you. Bye for now.
You've been listening to the Feel Good Astrology podcast with Louisa Munson. To request your personal reading, go to feelgoodastrology.com.